All right, so I'm going to remove this door glass and the wing window out of this 67 Chevelle. Should be the same process for 66 Chevelle. For that matter, it should be the same for all 66 to 67 GMA bodies. Maybe even as far back as 64 and 65, I'm not sure. I do know that 68 is a little bit different. So anyway, for 66, 67 Chevelle and other GMA bodies, here's the way to take this glass out. It's actually really simple. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to start off by removing the door stops. There are going to be two stops. There's going to be a stop here in this hole. I actually don't have it in this glass right now, but there will likely be, or should be, a stop in this area here in this hole that you'll just take out with, it'll be a 7/16 bolt. And then there will also be another stop towards the back of the glass. This is what it looks like. It just looks like this, and it's actually bolted right here. I've got it out as well. So you want to take that out and get it out of your way. The other thing that you'll want to do is you'll want to roll your window down just a bit, and you'll want to remove these two bolts here so that you can get this slider or this guide or roll. It's not really a roller, but it serves the same function, but it's a slider or a guide that goes down in that track. And you'll want to get that out of your way as well. Otherwise, you're not going to have enough slack. Basically, the window's going to be too long to come up out of the hole. So get that out of your way. So I'm just going to get those right now. I'm just going to get right in. I'm going to get those out of here. And I'm just going to pull that away. You see how that slides, just kind of slides up and down in the track. So we're going to get that out of the way. That's what it looks like. And now we're in good shape. The next thing that we're going to do is we're going to remove the stabilizer track that's right behind here. You can see the two bolts that hold it on. So I'm just going to take those out just like so. It should stay in place. It'll just kind of pivot back there, but it's still against the track. Now what you want to do is just kind of reach back behind here and find it. There it is, and then you can just pull it right off of the roller, and there it is. So just keep track of that, because you're obviously going to need that when you put it all back together. The next thing that you will want to do now is basically roll the window up as high as it will go. You want to try to get those rollers. There's two rollers that are in the glass track. You want to get those rollers as high as you can. Go the other way here. You may have to slide the glass back a little bit, but you want to get that as high as you can get it. You just want to get that guide. See how I've got the guides up above the door seal now, and that's about as high as I can get it rolled up right now. So now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to work on pulling this glass. I may have to rock it and pivot it, but I'm just going to work on pulling this glass right away from the rollers. If you notice, these are not lubed very well. They may not roll nice and slick like they would if those were properly lubed. Anyway, I'm going to stand up here, work on getting that glass just pivoted just like that. I'm just going to pull it right out. It came right out of here. The thing you might have to do now is pivot this track or this roller, this arm, out of your way just so you don't get hung up on it. And then you're just going to keep sliding all the way. And there you go. It's right out. Super easy. Super easy. Once you get the door glass out of here, you can go ahead and take this window guide out. If you want, if you need to. It can stay in there depending on what you're doing and what you're working on. But if you need to restore it, or you're replacing everything with new material, with new parts, you'll just need to take it out. So it's just super easy. You're just going to take this nut off here. You're going to take this nut off, and then there's going to be a bolt in the door jamb right here. You just take that off, and that's all that holds it in. Once you get those two fasteners out of your way, then you can just bring the guide right out through the hole. So there you go. Just got the guide off just like that. So the next thing that we'll do is we'll focus on getting the wing window out. And again, it's a pretty straightforward, easy process. One of the things that I'll do first is I like to roll the window crank down a little bit just to kind of get it out of the way here. You can leave this regulator in the door if you want. It's totally up to you depending on what you're doing. For the purposes of this demonstration, I'll go ahead remove the regulator out of here. So I'm going to loosen or take out all of them. I'm going to take 3 of the 4 out right now. Now a little trick here. One of the things that will help you is if you take this stud, this stud right here that is at the bottom of the wing window frame or track here, take it off of the adjustment stud. I don't know if we can see that or not, but take that off of the adjustment stud. And now what you'll be able to do is push this in and out a little bit, and being able to push this away from the inside of the door is going to provide some clearance to get the regulator out, because this window crank stud or the shaft here has a tendency to want to get wedged in there. So you can get that out of there. The other thing you can do is kind of drop the regulator down towards the bottom of the door and then come out that way. So now what we're going to do is we're just going to take this 4th bolt out, and we're going to wiggle this regulator out of here. Just got to kind of take it nice and slow. And then what you can do is you can just take the window regulator right out the back of the car, out the back of the door. I just kind of go through this little hole here, and there we go. So got the regulator out now. Because I took that stud off, or that nut off of there, it's out of the way, so we don't need to worry about taking that off. You'll have a nut in the door jamb here on the adjustment stud, or screw, whatever you want to refer to it as here in the door jamb. So get that nut off of there. You'll have a longer screw here. This would be either a chrome or stainless screw. That would be in this spot, so just pull it out. And then there's a screw up here in the wing window, right here where the weather strip wraps around, and you'll want to take it out. And then from there you should have everything out. It should be essentially free and clear to come out of the door shell. The other thing that you can potentially do if you're having trouble with clearance here is you can turn this adjustment screw all the way in if you want, and that'll give you more clearance to get it through the hole and out of the way. But I think I'm okay here. So all I'm going to do again is I'm just going to pull this wing window towards me, towards the front of me here, so that I can get that stud out of the way and clear it. And then I'm going to pivot it a little bit to clear it. Now I'm not worried about that stud getting hung up in any holes, and now I can pivot the wing window right out like here, like this. Just going to wiggle it, and you can see here it comes. Get that front part of the frame out of the way first, and then you can drag the rest of it out. What you want to do is twist the wing window just like so, and then you should be able to bring it up through. I'm a little tight here, so I actually have to go to the back of the door, all the way to the back of the door here to get it out, and then I can just kind of wiggle it and pry it, and there we go. Wing window's out, and you should now be all set. So like I said, it's really easy to do, especially if you have some help. If you're interested in the 67 Chevelle build, definitely come back and check out the progress. We've been putting up a lot of different videos on the work that we've done. We've also done some stuff with the 69 Camaro repaint, and I'm trying to get around to putting some 68 Dodge Charger builds up on the channel too.